right, welcome to the Let's Go Tampa Bay Rays Sports Report. I'm Gage, he's Emerson, and we appreciate you listening today.
Cheers.
Cheers. Emerson, how you feeling?
Mm.
I know it was kind of a rough one for you last night.
I've been better, but I've been doing the hangover cures since I got up, and they're helping out. I'm feeling
Do you want to
better.
explain what you did to yourself last night?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I think you should.
So me and Yoel, we each smoked 3 cigars, and split a bottle of scotch.
How'd your mouth taste the next day? Or today?
Well, it wasn't good. I woke up at like 8 in the morning and threw in some Listerine, which helped.
There you go.
But yeah, and then I ate a sandwich, which also helps, and had some coffee, and now I'm drinking some tea with vodka.
Was it a homemade sandwich?
No, I got it delivered
From where?
from Subway because I'm dirty as fuck.
You went to Subway?
I didn't even go. I had DoorDash.
You know what I mean, though.
I didn't even go. That's how bad I
You weren't
am.
even thinking like Genova. You just thought Subway.
Well, I was thinking Genova, but I was like, I'm gonna have to go to Genova, which I did not have the energy to do.
I get that.
Yeah.
I've been there before.
So here I am,
yeah.
eating Subway.
And now you're drinking again. What are you,
No.
what are you sipping on?
So
Or what are we sipping on? 'Cause
Yeah.
we're drinking the same.
I
thing.
made us kind of a John Daly, a little vodka iced tea, and some lemon.
It's dangerous.
It's fucking good.
You can't taste any of the vodka in this
I know.
at all.
Like I could just pound this like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was water right now.
Yeah. No problem.
Delicious.
I can see why John Daly started drinking these.
Mm-hmm. Smart guy. He probably puts a little more vodka than we do, but
Yeah, it's like a mimosa to him. Just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a little bit of
iced tea and lemon.
iced tea. Yeah. All right, what do we got on tap today?
we are gonna recap the World Series so far.
Really?
What we've seen.
Do we have to?
Game 6 is tonight. Yeah, we do have to do that. Game 6 is tonight. Should be a fun one. Rays are gonna look to stay alive. We're also gonna recap Week 7 of the NFL, like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a little interesting topic that we're going to get into later in the show.
Which was your idea. I
Yeah.
like it though.
Top 5 quarterbacks of the 21st century. Which we'll get into
Yeah, okay.
the interesting details on that
Yeah.
later. But and then Q&A. We brought it back this week
Yeah.
at the end of the show.
Best part of the show, arguably.
Yeah.
Funniest part of the show because we get good responses. We got
Yeah,
some
we
good
actually have
ones.
some solid questions. A little mix of comedy and seriousness.
And that's what we're all about on this show:
Mhm.
comedy and seriousness.
Yep. All right, we're gonna start with NASCAR though, which for some reason in Texas they're just getting rainstormed on right now. So, 50 laps into the race this week, they got postponed. They tried to restart on Monday, postponed again. They tried to restart again today, postponed again.
Jeez.
So we could be seeing some Wednesday NASCAR once again.
Like so, they're like there's a point where they're gonna race the race. no matter
They have to get it. I mean, it's a playoff race. They can't skip it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this goes. I'm wondering if maybe they're gonna have to even postpone next week's race to Monday. or
Also in
something.
Texas?
Yeah, no, it'll be at Martinsville.
what. Gotcha.
I just don't know how they're gonna work out travel and whatnot, but
Yeah.
should be interesting.
Since there've been so many postponements already.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So no changes in the standings, obviously. I think Clint Boyer was in first place at the end of, or before it got postponed. So
Yeah.
he'll be starting on the pole. Moving on, we're going to talk about the World Series. We're going to recap games 1 through 5.
I also want to tell our podcast audience that I am rocking a Sharks, but like Giants jersey.
That thing's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Where'd you score that again?
I got it at Goodwill in Santa Cruz.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Santa Cruz, one of the best thrift shops I've ever been to.
Nice.
And I've been rocking Giant stuff every day of the World Series, so gotta go anti-Dodgers
There you go.
like we always been.
I switched it up because it didn't work for me on game 1. So
So you just quit after that.
yeah,
Okay.
and then I've just been in work clothes for the rest of them. So.
Yeah.
Which are not Giants related. So, anyways, let's start with game 1. The Dodgers made it look easy.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw was pretty damn dominant. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. I predicted that he was not going to have a good game. So.
I'm glad you said that because I was just gonna mention that.
Yeah, so I'm going to take my my heat. I'm just going to take another nice shot of the good old Siete Leguas, which is covered in ice. Oh my goodness.
You might as well give me mine because I did say the Dodgers would sweep the Rays,
Oh yeah, true.
and they didn't.
So we can be friends
It's
right now.
game 6.
Take shots together. This thing is dripping all over me.
All right.
Yeah, so Kershaw dominated.
It's about time though, right?
Our MVP picks, Betts and Bellinger, they both homered in the game, but they have not been doing much since then.
I'm guessing it'll be Corey Seager.
Yeah, he's in line.
Maybe Walker Buehler if it goes 7.
True, that's a good point. Also, Rays ace Tyler Glasnow in game 1 got knocked around. He's been pretty bad.
You're gonna get to it, but he wasn't good last game.
No,
Or the last game he pitched
Yeah.
either.
he's not been the ace that they hoped he would be. 6 walks in game 1.
The best thing about this guy right now is his hair.
Yeah, he does have good flow.
He does have great flow.
Let's finish these.
Ooh.
So yes,
Yep.
the Dodgers took game 1, 8-3.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck!
Jesus
I
Christ.
wasn't ready for that. Game 2, the Rays bounced back.
Tampa.
Blake Snell put together. I mean, he didn't even get through 5 innings, but he was dominant through 4. No hits, had 9 strikeouts. Kind of got touched up a little bit in the 5th inning. They yanked him, but Rays were able to hold on 6-4. Brandon Lau had a couple dingers.
Mhm.
Joey Wendell with 3 RBIs, and the Rays tied the series. Then game 3, the Dodgers came back with another dominant pitching performance. This time from Walker Buehler, 10 strikeouts, 1 run, 6 innings.
Walker Buehler is a straight up baller.
He's
Their ace. He's better than Kershaw.
He is better than Kershaw right now. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's got amazing stuff. I mean, he goes 97 to 100 with the fastball, and then he mixes in the slider and the curve.
And he looks like he's fucking 15.
He reminds me of Tim Lincecum. He's kind of like small, scrawny,
Yeah,
but
that's a good call.
he just shoves. Tampa Bay's other quote-unquote ace, Charlie Morton, also got knocked around.
Charlie Morton, our boy, by the way.
Yeah, our boy. He used to dominate the Dodgers, not so much
No,
anymore.
right now, no.
The Dodgers seem to make other teams' good pitchers just look below average all the time. I don't know what it is.
I mean, the Dodgers, they make you pay if you make any mistake. They make you pay.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, Justin Turner started heating back up in this game. Went 2 for 5 with a homer and a double.
Justin Turner, a professional hitter, by the way.
Yes.
The dude just hits.
He is nice. Game 4, one of the best finishes to a game in Major League Baseball history.
I think this is one of the best baseball games I've ever fully watched in my life.
It was incredible. The Rays won in walk-off fashion, 8-7. So Brett Phillips, who apparently hadn't had a hit since like September 25th or something,
Oh, crazy.
comes in and gets it was the game tying hit, and then there were 2 errors made on the play. First by Chris Taylor,
In the outfield.
botching it in the outfield. And then he came up throwing, hit the cutoff man, and the cutoff man was thrown home to throw a Rosarena at the plate, and the catcher, Will Smith, dropped the throw.
He rushed it.
And he rushed it.
He didn't realize that Rosarena
was stumbling.
stumbled. He looked
Yeah.
like Daniel Jones out there.
Yeah. You know what I would have liked to see is, say he doesn't stumble and Will Smith doesn't drop the ball, how close the play is going to be.
I think he gets him.
I think he might too, but it would have
been great.
Very interesting to see. But yeah, so I mean, there's so many factors on this play.
Yeah.
Like we said, the 2 errors, but Rosarena stumbling going down the third base line, and then getting back up. Like he was about to go back to third base, gets back up, realizes the ball gets away, and then scampers home and just
Because
lands on the plate.
initially when I saw it, I thought Will Smith had caught it. It was hard to see where the ball went. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think
he thought he caught it
He
too.
missed it and like hit the umpire and then it bounced or like it rolled away.
Yeah.
But it would have been a Sandlot pickle situation, and
Yeah.
Rosarena would have got tagged.
Yeah. That was one of the most incredible finishes of the game
And this is why you can argue that Tampa Bay should have lost this series
already.
2 days ago because of that. But baseball is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers had the 7-6 lead with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Phillips. But yeah, I mean, the Rays actually finally broke out offensively. They hit 4 home runs in the game.
And that game wasn't a snoozer. It was back and forth,
Yeah, all game long.
probably from like the 4th inning up to the
I
9th.
think there was like 4 lead changes in the game. So
I think each team scored. It was like 8 half innings in a row they scored.
yeah, that's crazy.
They both, it was back and forth for 8 half innings.
Yeah, Seager and Turner both stayed hot, 4 for 5 each with a home run.
Seager is the hottest man on the planet.
He just crushes everything in his way.
He's a good looking dude too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Giants, I'm telling you, the Giants, if he becomes a free agent in 2 years,
You gotta get him.
$400 million, 10 years, give it to him.
You be okay with that?
Fuck yeah. Just get him off the Dodgers. Get him off the Dodgers. That's all I need to see. And then moving on to game 5. Kind of a pitcher's duel, really. well, I wouldn't say that. Glasnow pitched again against Kershaw. Kershaw was solid. Went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs, and LA's bullpen just shut it down.
Yeah, we did.
No runs over 3 1/3 and just 2 hits. Glasnow got touched up again. 5
did.
innings, 4 runs.
He did.
He has amazing stuff. I mean, he throws like 100 miles an hour with a nasty curveball, but he can't consistently throw or hit his spots with any of his pitches.
Like I was saying earlier, with this Dodger team,
They make you pay.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Especially with 2 outs.
I mean, Muncy's and Peterson's home runs were both just absolutely demolished.
No doubters.
Yeah. I mean, they pimped the fuck out
It was,
of it.
dude, it was those ones that you hit it and they drop the bat and they just know off
Yeah.
they're, no pun intended, they know off the bat
Yeah.
that it's going out.
I hate Max Muncy for some reason. I think I just don't like his face.
I told you he reminds me of Adrian Gonzalez a lot.
Yes.
Plays first base, lefty, rakes.
Yeah. But I got to give it to him, man.
He's good.
He's good. He's got some swagger about him, too.
Yeah.
That I hate, but I admire that he can pull it off.
Chris Taylor's underrated on that team.
Chris Taylor's nice. He's a great just Swiss Army knife type of player.
Exactly.
For sure. He hasn't been the same offensive player he was like back in 2018. He was really good. He hasn't been that same player since, but yeah, he's a nice player to have. And then tonight, Game 6, Blake Snell versus Vacaville's own Tony Gonsolin. You think the Dodgers are going to finish it off tonight?
Fuck no.
I am optimistic that Blake Snell is going to come out and throw well, but at the same time, him facing the Dodgers a second time scares me. They're going to know, seeing him again.
The Rays can't let the Dodgers get early runs. They can't.
Yeah, if they get behind, they're screwed.
They can't.
They're not an offense.
They can't give up more than 2 runs in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, they're not an offense that can just roll back
exactly
from any deficit.
I mean, do I want the Dodgers to lose? Obviously. I mean, I know that was my pick before the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see them lose. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm usually wrong on this show, anyways. But
Wouldn't that be great if the one time you were right, it was about a team that you hated winning the championship? That would be so fitting.
it would just be it'd be mint. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, the Rays really need to jump on Gonsolin early.
I think the Rays will win tonight. I like Game 7s.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, freaking, they need one of their left-handed hitters to do something.
Yeah.
Whether it's Troy, Meadows, or Lau. One of those guys
Yeah.
needs to step up.
It's when they
Those guys were the reason that the Rays are here
Yeah.
in the first place, but they haven't done shit in the World Series.
It's when the Rosarena show the whole time.
Yeah, other than Lau hitting 3 home runs, but that's all of his 3 hits in the series. So he needs to put together some better at-bats.
I need my boy Kiermaier to start doing some shit.
Yeah, Kiermaier's not even a good hitter, so I'm not worried about him.
He's what?
He's not even a good hitter, so I'm not expecting anything from him. Let's move on to football.
Who do you got?
What's that?
Did you say who you got?
Fuck.
What's your heart tell you, man? What's your heart tell you?
My heart is telling me the Dodgers
Yeah.
are going to finish it off tonight.
Well, here's what I think. We've gotten lucky to see the Dodgers lose 2 World Series, right?
Mhm. And continuously get upset in the playoffs.
You got to think we're going to see them win 1, if
Mhm.
not more, in our lifetime.
Yeah.
They haven't won it since '88. They got to win it. I mean, I don't want to see it, but they're going to win.
It
Same,
is-
it's like same
kind
thing.
of seems like destiny this
It's,
year.
it's the same thing as me and like the Niners. Like
Yeah.
I've seen them lose twice. It's been great, but I know they're going to win eventually.
Yeah.
They have to. You know, I remember hearing your old logic from years ago. You know, you think every like 30 years or whatever, your team would have to win, right?
Or, yeah.
Based off how many
Yeah.
teams there are.
That's not a fair
No.
argument, but yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Especially, I mean, as good as the Dodgers have been for the last, I mean, they've won 8 straight National League West titles.
Yeah.
So you got to think that they're
due.
due. Yeah.
And I think LA's really got that mojo going. They're doing it for Kobe. Sounds kind of cheesy, but you know, Lakers won.
Yeah, let's
Dodgers
get this
win.
fucking, let's get 2020 over with. Fuck.
There's a Game 7 tomorrow. It's on, boy. I'll tell you that much
Dude,
right now. It's
I might be
on.
calling in tomorrow if there's a game 7. Don't tell my boss.
Yeah, I'm sick.
All right. Week 7 of the NFL.
Yes, sir. The first game we're going to talk about, which I don't even know why we're wasting our time on this.
We got 3 blowouts we're about to talk about. I just realized that. But
Yeah, good job putting this together.
we're sticking with the locals. We gotta, you know, please
Yeah.
the crowd.
And you're
all right?
pleasing. I guess you're pleasing me, but it's not really
Mhm.
pleasing.
Yeah,
So.
very pleasing.
Cowboys played the Washington football team, and the Cowboys got absolutely smashed. They lost 25-3. Total yards: Washington 397, the Cowboys 142.
Oof.
Antonio Gibson 120 yards rushing, a touchdown.
He's a nice little player.
And it's
Andy Dalton also got his head taken off in this game.
Yeah, the third string quarterback was playing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to be playing next week, too.
Yeah, and
Yikes.
bad news for the Cowboys. They play Philly on Sunday night, and that's going to be another loss.
Check it out.
First. I mean, it's over.
There's no analyzing to do.
I'm not going to waste my time on a rant.
Yep.
The next game we're going to talk about is the Buccaneers playing the Raiders. The Buccaneers made easy work of the Raiders, winning 45-20.
It was a game, though, actually, in the fourth quarter, and then the wheels just came off for the Raiders.
Your boy Tom Brady, 369 yards passing, 4 tutties.
He's looking good.
And
they just got Antonio Brown
yeah,
coming back in a couple weeks.
You put New England, but I'm pushing me Tampa Bay.
I did put New England.
Yeah, scored 21 unanswered points.
I forgot Tom Brady doesn't play for the Patriots anymore.
All right, I got you. I'm guessing the next matchup for the Buccaneers is Cleveland.
That is correct. They're not the Patriots playing the Browns.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good matchup. I want to also mention Tom Brady looked good in this game.
You know, actually, that's not going to be a good matchup because the Browns are going to get fucked on.
Yeah.
The Browns, when they play good teams, are atrocious, but when they play the bad teams, they can find a way to win.
Yeah, Baker's good against the Bengals. Yeah, I don't even know why I said that. It's not going to be a good game.
Yeah. But yes, the Buccaneers are looking really nice.
How far did you have them going? Super Bowl?
You got them in the Super Bowl. I still feel pretty good about that.
I had them losing to the Niners. I don't feel good about that anymore.
Well, the Niners are not what they could have been.
True.
They just keep getting...
But yeah, shout out to Tom Brady. He's proving Father Time wrong right now, as you could say.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Niners.
Speaking of the Niners, we got to talk
And the Patriots.
We got to talk about this game too. Emerson's 49ers whooped the Patriots 33-6. I didn't see this coming.
Me neither. I was a little nervous just because I thought the way they lost to the Broncos, the Patriots would have a chip on their shoulder. And also, like, Belichick playing against, Jimmy G for the first time. There might be some...
And also the dynamic of Belichick versus Shanahan, because in the Super Bowl...
Yep, for sure.
Jeff Wilson Jr., who rushed for 120, or had 120 total yards, excuse me.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
He had a game.
And Niners defense had 4 picks? I don't remember that. I watched that whole game. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, Cam threw 3 and then Stidham threw 1.
Cam, we'll get to Cam later because we have a question about it.
I just play the Seahawks next.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how good I feel about that game, but it'll be interesting.
Seattle?
At Seattle.
Right now, the whole being out of place or not out of place, it doesn't matter. There's no fans.
It really doesn't.
Well, I guess there are in some places, but I don't think Seattle
Well, Seattle might be having fans. I can't remember.
They might. Well, I heard the Niners are allowed to have, or I think Newsom said they could have fans, but the county of Santa Clara said no.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They've got to figure out the logistics before they really pull that off.
Yeah. Other notable scores. Did you want to say something?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah, I mean, the Niners look great.
They did. It was a rare good game by Jimmy G.
Yeah, he was solid. He didn't do anything crazy. He was pretty efficient throwing the ball. The Patriots offense was pitiful though. I don't know what was going on. They need to tweak some things though.
I know Bob Kraft is
not liking that.
Kicking himself seeing Brady play well right now.
Oh my! I mean, I know he's at the end of his career, but how would you not just fork over the money for Tom Brady?
I don't remember how it went. I don't know. Was Brady willing to come back?
I'm pretty sure.
He probably was, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there was just a big enough rift between him and Belichick, but I'm sure enough money would have kept him around. I don't know.
Other notable scores. This was a good game. Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Yeah, Pittsburgh hung on by the hair of their fucking chins.
27-24. Jimmy, I don't know if you listen to us, but you're proving us wrong every week.
Congratulations.
6-0 or 7-0, 6-0, something like that.
Yeah, they're 6-0.
In Tennessee,
Tennessee's a good ball club.
They had a chance to tie it up.
It was a long field goal.
Missed it. It happens.
That thing was going dead center and just faded big time.
I don't think anything less of Tennessee for losing that game, especially against a good team like the Steelers.
I mean, yeah. Steelers are surprising me a little bit. We'll talk more about them later.
Probably one of the best game of the week, Seahawks, Cardinals. Cardinals squeaked this one out 37-34.
I wish I was watching this instead of the World Series.
It was good.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals...
They were down by 10 with, not much time left, right?
Yeah, and they kicked the field goal at the end of the fourth quarter and they missed it.
Oh, because I would have won it?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I was I had only half an eye on the game.
And then they went back and forth for a while, and they ended up pulling it out.
Well, and then there were some interesting plays in the overtime with a long touchdown to DK Metcalf that got called back on a penalty, right?
Yeah.
And then-
yes.
And then there was like a missed field goal by Seattle in overtime too. Is that correct? There was some weirdness that happened.
The DK one definitely happened. 'Cause I remember
Yeah.
watching that.
Yeah, there was some funkiness going on.
And then Monday night,
It was a dud. Did you watch that game?
I watched like the last half.
The Bears are terrible on offense.
It's weird.
They have a good defense. Don't get me wrong, but their offense is anemic.
Yeah, the Bears lost to the Rams 24-10. Monday night just doesn't have good games.
I don't know what it is.
How can ESPN not? They're a Disney company. How can they not fork over the money to get good games?
I mean, this was a good matchup
On paper.
On paper. I don't know if it's just like the way the teams play that produced a bad game or something, but I mean, even Jared Goff did not impress me much.
You have to agree though. Monday night,
Has been sucking.
they're
I mean, last year the Niners Seahawks game was awesome. That's the one I can remember though.
yeah.
But that's it.
And I mean, they have the Ravens Chiefs, which was a good one on paper, but it
Didn't turn out to be a
ended up
good
being
game.
blowout. Which
Yeah.
I know you'll never know.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest game that they've had in years.
As far as a matchup going in, yeah, for sure,
Chiefs Ravens.
for sure. Yeah, it's actually interesting that they were able to pull that,
Yeah.
and unfortunate for them that it turned out to be a dud.
The matchups that we're looking forward to this week are Atlanta versus Carolina.
I don't even know why I put this on there. I mean, I guess just because it's Thursday night football. I mean, both teams are not looking good.
You want to talk about dud games?
Yeah, Thursday night gets the worst.
Thursday night gets the shaft every week.
However, Niners Packers the following Thursday, which should be good.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
New England plays Buffalo. That'll be good. But I think Buffalo's going to smoke them based off last week.
Yeah, I mean, New England's got to get their shit together on offense if they want to be competitive.
Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
That is
I'm
gonna
not
be a
betting
game.
against. I'm not betting against Steelers anymore. Steelers are going to smoke them. Fuck it.
I think the Steelers can definitely win that game. Lamar Jackson has been good, but it hasn't been what he was last year.
You know what I was thinking earlier is Baltimore is kind of under the radar right now.
No one is talking.
No one is. I've not heard a word about the Ravens at all.
I think they just haven't been as. I mean, they were off this week, right?
That's probably why I also haven't heard of them. 'Cause they
And
were
then,
off, but-
like the game against the Eagles, which turned out to be a pretty close game, that didn't get a lot of headline either. I don't know. Interesting. We'll see how the season plays out for them.
New Orleans at Chicago.
That's gonna be a good one.
But is it? I mean, Chicago. You just said Chicago is shitty.
They got a good defense, and I'm not totally sure how good the Saints are. So I think it could be a good game.
Drew Brees.
Both teams have playoff
Drew
aspirations
Brees
too.
can't really throw down the numbers anymore.
No, he doesn't have. Yeah.
But I guess he doesn't have to. If the offense makes it so he doesn't really have to.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Alvin Kamara has been just holding it down for them.
because Michael Thomas can't stop getting in fights with his own teammates.
You hear they're talking about trading? I don't know if we talked about this last week. Yeah, I mean, I just saw an article that said Saints shopping Michael Thomas ?
If I'm Drew Brees, I'm walking into the office of whatever he needs to walk
Hell
into.
no.
It can't happen.
No,
This is my guy.
he needs him
He needs him.
because he's a great intermediate to short
Yeah.
pass
Yeah.
catching receiver. You know,
I mean, he had the record last year for most receptions in a season.
yeah,
He-
like almost 150.
I think Brees almost needs him more than he needs Brees.
You could, yeah, sure, yeah. Breeze needs him.
Brees
I
needs
mean,
him.
he loves Kamara too because but having both of those guys is just
Oh,
is
it's
gold.
nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Player of the week. Who was yours?
I'm going with Jeff Wilson. I thought about picking a different, like maybe a defensive player for the Niners because they played so awesome. Couldn't really pick one out. I know Jamar Taylor had 2 interceptions, but they're both in the second half when the game was kind of already over.
Yeah.
So I was going to give it to him, but Jeff Wilson had a great game. Unfortunately, got hurt in this game and is going to be out for a couple weeks. Same with Deebo Samuel. Niners just keep getting crushed by the injury bug. But kudos to Jeff Wilson for coming off the injury list and having a great game as a kind of a surprise starter.
Yeah.
112 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. So there you go.
My player of the week was Kyler Murray.
That's a great one.
360 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 67 yards rushing, 1 touchdown rushing. That's anyone one
And he beat,
Seahawks.
he beat an undefeated team.
He outplayed Russell Wilson. I mean, they won.
Russell Wilson threw 3 picks. You don't see that. That one that Buda Baker
picked off, and
DK Metcalf
and
tackled him.
That was a terrible throw. He just kind of floated it to the outside. You know, Buda Baker is a nice player.
He is.
I thought about giving it my player of the week to him.
Really?
He's a good player.
I mean, you know who DK Metcalf reminds me of? Like a poor man's Terrell Owens.
I was just gonna say T.O., bro.
Terrell Owens, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like
Not- I
big, can run.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
kind of a freaking idiot.
I don't think he'll be T.O., don't get me wrong.
He's like even bulkier than T.O. too, and probably faster.
And that's saying something, because T.O. even to this day is yoked.
Yeah.
Back then, it was like that old interview of him doing like sit-ups in his parking lot with everybody surrounding him.
Classic.
You know exactly what I'm
Classic.
talking about.
Yeah. Dude, Kyler though, yeah,
Kyler's mean.
he is on my fantasy team in my other league.
Yeah.
He's been my MVP. I even have Christian McCaffrey, who's obviously missed time, but
Yeah. So you think the Cardinals are happy that they got rid of Josh Rosen?
I think so, just a little bit.
Of course.
Remember how they were getting some heat for taking him number 1 overall.
You have to.
Every time there's some heat, but I mean, being a 5'9" quarterback, you don't.
Yeah. You know what's
But-
crazy about Kyler Murray is this dude is so good at sports. He got drafted the first round of both the NFL
Yeah, like
and
ninth overall in
MLB draft.
Yeah, 9th overall, I think, in baseball.
Can you imagine being so good at two different things that you could choose which one to be is for your career? And
Ridiculous.
it's sports.
Yeah.
I think he chose the right one because based off what you said a while back is, you know, coming up in the system and baseball is hard.
Yeah.
In football, he knew he was going to get started right off the bat.
Yeah. Baseball needs to find a way. I mean, it's kind of hard because it's such a difficult sport,
Yeah.
but they need to find a way to streamline their highly touted prospects to the major leagues faster. I mean, I feel like they have been doing that.
Mhm.
Like you see a lot of younger guys in the majors, but they still generally have to spend 2 years in the minor leagues before they see any major league action.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, and like these guys that are good at both sports, like they're gonna choose a different sport than baseball because you can get to the top faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not a bad point.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
All right, so we're going to now talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
A little idea you had. Top 5 QBs of the 21st century.
Yeah.
And would you like to go first on this?
Yeah, we can kind of talk together.
Could you also pass me a Miller Lite, please?
Yeah, I think I need a crack one too. It's about that time.
It's about that time. Thank you, sir. Sponsor us,
Yeah.
please.
Dude, I was totally down to get a sponsor from Miller Lite.
Are you kidding me? Of course.
It's fucking Miller time, dude. Okay, so, funny thing about this topic.
Is I thought it would be a little more controversial than it turned out to be when I put my list together. Because, I mean, there's been, in our era, we're blessed. We've had a lot of great quarterbacks.
Great quarterbacks.
Really great quarterbacks.
And we're even in an era now where there's a lot of great young quarterbacks.
Mhm.
So we're just going to continue to see more and more Hall of Fame caliber players
Yep.
at the position. And I almost put Patrick Mahomes on this list.
I had a feeling when I thought about it, I couldn't do it.
And
Couldn't do it.
he was the reason why I thought about this, because I thought that maybe he would be on this list, but there's been too many guys that have, had a mark in NFL history at the quarterback position over the last 20 years.
I think it would have been way too premature. I think he will get there.
Yeah, I think in like 3 years he might be on this list, but
I couldn't do it yet.
yeah, maybe even if he wins the Super Bowl this year, he might be on this list.
Yeah.
But he's not quite there yet. I will before we get to the 5 guys.
Who
I
did
think-
you? Who are your honorable mentions? Are you gonna,
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, before we get to the 5 guys, honorable mentions would be like Phillip Rivers,
Yeah.
even Brett Favre.
I was thinking Brett Favre for sure.
Um,
Because although he didn't get to another Super Bowl since the ones in the '90s that he went to.
yeah, he never won a Super Bowl in the 2000s, huh?
No.
He just went to.
He won the one, and then he went against the Broncos and won.
Yeah, so he never even went to the Super Bowl.
In the 2000s now.
Yeah,
The closest he got was
was the
NFC
Vikings.
champion, which he was great
Yeah.
on the Vikings.
Did he go to? I wonder if he went to a championship game with the Packers too, but I can't remember. Maybe
like
once.
early in the 2000s?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know the answer to that.
Anyways, so yeah, Brett Favre could have been in that conversation. I said Phillip Rivers, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even Eli Manning.
I was
but
going to say Eli Manning.
just because he's got the 2 rings,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's enough consistency there. But we're going to talk about the 5 guys, and I think we have the same 5 guys, which is shocking because we never.
Would you throw Antonio Romo in the honorable mention?
Yeah, I don't think he started long enough, maybe. I mean, maybe that's not fair to say, but it probably didn't go deep enough in the playoffs ever either.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
No, he definitely didn't go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
That's what happens when you play for the Cowboys.
maybe Drew Bledsoe. No,
Nah,
he was.
he was more
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
He was more 90s. If he doesn't get hurt, he might be a Super Bowl champion.
I know there's other. Well, he technically is a Super Bowl champion.
This is true. He might be a starting Super Bowl champion.
What about when did Steve Young retire?
Like 99?
Oh, okay. Never mind
But yeah, let's get into our 5 guys. So, coming in number 5, I have Big Ben Roethlisberger. Got 2 Super Bowl rings, went to a third when they lost to the Packers. He actually never won a Super Bowl MVP, which I am a little surprised at. It was Hines Ward and Santonio Holmes, yeah, in those 2 wins. Never won an MVP, not surprising because he's been playing against guys like Manning and Brady and Rodgers for his whole career. Never an All-Pro either,
Oh, really?
which is interesting. But I mean, great regular season winning percentage, 675 winning percentage in the regular season.
But also, it's hard to be an All-Pro when you're playing in the same conference as.
That's Peyton Manning
Brady.
and Tom Brady, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, 675 winning percentage, that's basically 11 wins a year. So they're always a playoff threat. I don't think the Steelers have never been under 500 since he's been on the team.
Really?
Yeah. Also, his rookie season.
Well, last year, but you mean like as a starter?
Well, last year he was 0-2 as a starter, but the Steelers even still went 8-8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize as a rookie, he went 13-0 as a starter.
Didn't they go to the championship game that year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next year they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Incredible though. Number 4 for me is Drew Brees. Does not have the same winning percentage. Only 595, which is still solid. But I mean, he's one of the best passers. Yeah. I mean, 98.4 passer rating. He's won a Super Bowl MVP. He's been an All-Pro before. Yeah. He is the all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns. Is that right?
Him and Brady are like really
right
close.
there. Yeah, they've been like kind of going back and forth.
I think Breeze is the.
I don't even really like those numbers necessarily, but they mean something.
Yeah, it's hard because it's like he's been, they've both been playing for so long.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't dismiss it.
Yeah.
But it's still like it's kind of a Pete Rose thing. He played for fucking like 30 years. Of course, he's gonna be an all-time hit leader.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, like Pete Rose doesn't have the best batting average, but he has the most hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Aaron Rodgers. 65% winning percentage, which is solid. It's 10 or 11 wins a year. Out of the 5 guys on here, he has the best passer rating.
I think his best passer rating of all time.
I think he does. Yeah, 102.7. I put 102.7. I think I cut out some of his early, like when he was not quite the starter yet, but he still got some playing time.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl back in 2010 or 11, whatever year that was.
Yeah, I think.
I need to do better research, don't I?
I think it was 2010 because that's when they beat the Steelers.
Yeah, won the Super Bowl MVP, of course. He's a 2-time MVP, 2-time All-Pro. I mean,
he's great.
He actually is probably the most talented player on this list.
Yeah.
As far as arm talent and athletic ability.
The guy above him might be close, the second closest.
I would say I think he's still more talented, and I was actually kind of close to putting him number 2, but the reason I didn't is just because the accomplishments from Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Even though he had his playoff struggles early in his career, he still won 2 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. Went to 4.
The only quarterback to win 2 Super Bowls with a Super Bowl with 2 different teams as a starting quarterback.
Is that right? I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. Tom Brady's going to become.
Because Brett Favre had a chance. Kurt Warner could have with the Cardinals, but he didn't.
Yeah, man.
So, and Brady has a chance to do that too.
Yeah. So the reason I got Manning ahead of Rodgers, because they're very similar in a lot of respects, but 5 MVPs for Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that many, and he's been an All-Pro 7 times. That's incredible. And 728 winning percentage. That's a quarterback. That's awesome. And then, of course, number 1 is Tom Brady.
The GOAT.
This guy has a 774 winning percentage as a quarterback. That means you're booking 12 wins every year. You're booking 12 wins every year. He's never had a season with less than 10 wins.
Oh my God.
Dude.
He's great.
10.
He's great.
Like 10 is a bad year.
And that's still winning the division probably.
Yeah. 6 Super Bowls, of course. Been to 9. Won 4 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 league MVPs, 3 All-Pros. I mean, what can you say about the guy?
What more can you say?
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
And he's still doing it. He's still got a chance.
He's still
He's
going.
got a chance to win number 7 this
Yeah,
year.
and like I mean, we were only 6 weeks into the season, so I didn't want to include any stats from
Yeah,
this year. But
yeah.
all these guys are still playing, other than Peyton.
So not shocking to anybody who listens to us regularly, but
Mm-hmm.
we all have the same 5 guys on our list.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is, I have Brady 1, Manning 2, Rodgers 3. I had Big Ben 4 and then Breeze 5.
Okay. And did you go mostly based on the Super Bowl appearances and
Yeah,
victories?
a little bit, but that wouldn't really make any sense to have Rodgers. I just think Rodgers might be the best, like the best quarterback throwing wise ever.
For sure. Yeah, like my list, I tried to do a mix of like how talented I thought, like the eye test versus the accomplishment side of things. You know.
I think, if they're rookies, first person I might pick on this list might be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I don't think you can just guarantee success for Brady with anybody necessarily. Peyton, I think I might even take above Tom, possibly. So what was your order again?
I had Brady 1, Manning 2, Rodgers 3, Big Ben 4,
And Drew Brees 5.
Drew Brees 5.
Yeah.
I got respect for Drew Brees, but I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I was a little. I thought it would be easier to say Drew Brees 4 over Big Ben. But now that I look at it, you could definitely make the argument for Ben.
yeah,
Big Ben's just a freaking rugged, just go get him type player. Drew Brees is a little more calculated.
I'm honestly surprised Big Ben hasn't been to more Super Bowls. I mean, I know was in the same conference as Brady and Manning for a while.
That's really the problem. Like we could be talking about Big Ben as the best quarterback if not for those guys.
Yeah.
Or if not for those guys having better teams around them, you know.
There's not too many quarterbacks that have 2 Super Bowl rings. You know what I mean? As a
There's
starter.
not, yeah. There really isn't.
Rodgers. What's shocking with Rodgers is he hasn't.
He's literally been to one.
He's been to 1.
Yeah. And he's
Yeah.
only been to like 2 other championship games.
He should have went to the other one against the Seahawks, and the Seahawks pulled
Dude.
that out of their ass.
What the fuck was that?
We could have had a Brady versus Rodgers Super Bowl, which,
Dude.
man, I don't know. I think NBC might have had that game.
That was the year they had.
They'd have been foaming at the mouth talking about that.
Yeah.
And
Man,
the
Brady versus Rodgers does need to happen. Fuck.
Would you bet on Rodgers going to another one in his career?
It's gonna have to happen this year. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to. I don't think it's gonna happen. He's got to switch teams. I think. Come to the Niners, boy.
Come to the Cowboys, boy.
No.
That'd be sweet.
Dude, him on the Niners would be
Perfect.
Rodgers Staubach would 100% let him wear number 12 on the Cowboys.
I don't know about all that. The Niners need a number 12, dude. 12 is just like when you see 12.
12's retired from the Niners.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I stupid? Wait, who was 12?
I think it was who was the dude who coached South Carolina?
Oh, Spurrier?
I think Spurrier was 12.
No shit.
Yeah.
They retire that number?
It's retired for the Niners.
Wow, I need to get up.
It might not be Spurrier, but I think it's I know it's retired.
Yeah, I need to get up on my Niner history.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I'm not a real
I
fan.
know and you don't. What are you
I
doing?
don't care about history. I care about since I've been led. All right, it's time for some Q&A.
It is time for Q&A.
Let's get to the questions.
Yes. So we have 3 questions from our boy N Warren 70.
Thanks, Nick, for being a big fan.
We appreciate you.
I texted him and said, I appreciate the continued support, and he didn't respond.
Of course.
I mean, we were already in conversation, and it was kind of the end of the conversation, but he still didn't say,
No worries, bro.
You
or
should
anything like
you
that.
should know the end of the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he'll text me back now that I said this. We'll see.
Yeah. His first question was, is Big Ben the Steelers' biggest liability?
Speaking of Benjamin.
Well, I mean, the way I see this question is he asking if Big Ben's like the weakest link on the team. And I think that's a fair argument. He hasn't been perfect. He definitely,
And what, did he throw 3 interceptions this past weekend, I think?
Weren't 2 of them tipped, though?
I heard 2 of them were tipped. I didn't actually see most of the...
I know you
there
saw-
was one that was kind of bad, though,
Yeah,
that
okay.
should not have thrown.
I mean, I guess you could say because he has, like, cement for 2 feet now. You know, you can't really go
Yeah.
anywhere. But
Yeah. I mean, he can still chuck it though.
it's hard for me to believe that there's a liability on a team who's.
6-0.
I would say Juju is probably the biggest liability on that team.
He had a good game this past week, but he hasn't been. Well, it's hard with the receiver. I mean, if a guy's dropping balls, that's one thing, but if he's getting double teamed, that's another thing. And that's why you've seen big numbers from other guys on the team, like Claypool and Deontay Johnson.
Claypool's nice.
He is nice, although he didn't do shit this week.
All right.
But I will say, Big Ben is the reason that I thought the Steelers weren't going to be that good this year. Cause
Yeah, I think
because
I
I
thought
thought I
too.
felt like he was on the downside. Of the
Well,
trend.
he is on the decline.
He is,
but
for
he's-
sure.
He's making it work.
Yeah, but yeah, he's getting by right now.
His next question was, how many more games until Cam Newton is benched for good?
You should answer this one first.
I think I'll give it like 4. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think they'll be lenient just because they know what they really don't have in Jared Stidham. But Cam does need to get it together. I mean, if he plays again like he did this past week against Buffalo this week, I think you could see him get yanked just for the sake of making a statement. But other than that, I think he's going to continue to play throughout the year in some capacity.
I think the Patriots realize that they're not going to be in the playoffs, so they're probably just going to go back and forth to see which one they feel more comfortable with.
Exactly.
Quarterbacks,
I
Stidham or
could
Newton.
easily see that happening. Yeah.
Nick's next question is not a question, but can we acknowledge how badass Fred Warner is? Dude is tough.
That's still a question, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Can
so.
we? Yeah, can we?
Can
We
we-
can. We
Yeah.
absolutely can.
Yes. So you.
Fred Warner is an absolute animal. He is a headhunter, not meaning he actually cracks dudes in the head, but
Oh, yeah.
he's a ball hunter, if you will. He's always near the play, even when the play doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's always around it. He's got to be in the conversation as the best middle linebacker in the game,
All right.
up there with Levante David and Bobby Wagner and those guys. So yes, dude is tough. I agree, Nick.
I don't know enough about Fred Warner, so I'm not going to act like I do, but I'll take your word for it.
Tony Romo was drooling all. He always drools all over him when he sees him play, and he did it again this past Sunday.
Shout out to him.
We need some more CBS games for the Niners.
The next question is from _ Katie Face.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie. She said, "Why are you guys so dope?"
We can't help it.
And I think there's a lot of sarcasm in this question.
Very much so.
I think she knows that we're not dope. I think that's why she's asking.
Mm-hmm.
So I see through you, Katie. I see what you're trying to do, but you can't get away with it. Sorry about it.
No, but we really can't help it.
Next question is from Z Panch.
Zoe, we love you.
We love you, Zoe. And this is the funniest question. Would you rather make out with OBJ or Garoppolo? I'll let you answer this one first.
I mean, I think the easy one is Garoppolo, just because he's such a handsome guy. Not that OBJ is not a handsome guy too, but I'm just afraid that there might be some poop involved if I'm making out with OBJ. So I'm
I'm
gonna.
glad
stay
you
away.
mentioned it because I was going to mention that. We did.
I'm gonna stay away from OBJ.
I'll
What's your
pick
answer?
Garoppolo easily.
Yeah, right.
Dude's fucking gorgeous. He's the prettiest player in the NFL.
I can't disagree with that.
Good question, Zoe. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Ashley, not Ashley.
When are you gonna show your face again?
Yeah, who is this? Do you think Arozarena's success will continue next year? I'll say yeah. Fuck it. I hope so. He's
I mean,
good.
I think so. I don't think this is a fluke. I mean, he actually made his debut last year with St. Louis, and his numbers were good. He played. I mean, he hit 7 home runs in his limited time in the regular season, and he's got another 9 this postseason.
broke the record for most postseason home runs.
Yeah. Also, he actually puts together good at bats. He doesn't just go up there and swing blindly. They pitched around him a little bit in this series, and he's drawn 4 walks.
Yeah.
So he's becoming a nice young player. And I think, I mean, I don't expect him to be superstar hitter, but he's going to be a good player for sure.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Our next 2 questions are from your mother, Margan
Mom.
4444.
Hi, Mom.
Is that her favorite number? 4?
I don't know how she does like 4. I don't know how she came up with the 4 fours.
Nah, whatever.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, so she has 2 questions. The first one is, when are you getting married? And I don't know if she means us getting married,
That's
or
how I'm taking it.
or like if individually if we ever going to get married. So one,
I'd marry you.
I love you, Emerson, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to marry you. Two, I don't know if I'll ever get married.
Yeah, who needs to get married, Mom? Come on.
Marriage is a sham. No offense.
I'll have a wife, but I'm not gonna. I don't need to marry her. You know what I'm saying?
You know how bad your parents want you at a wedding?
We can have a wedding too, but we're not signing any papers. How about that?
You got fucking issues, Emerson.
No, I don't.
No, I was kidding. Marriage, I mean...
I know a lot of great people who stay together a long time and don't get married. Like Rebecca.
You. Alright, next question. How will we celebrate the Rays, or how will we celebrate when the Rays take it home in Game 7? I love the energy, I really do. I just don't think it's going to happen, Morgan. I'm sorry.
I will. Ooh, we will do a video of us definitely like sabering a bottle of champagne or something like that.
I've done that before. I should
Yeah,
say it.
we'll
Yeah.
saber a bottle of champagne. How about that, Mom? You can be there too if you want.
I'll be there.
I mean, I won't be there because I'll be at work, but
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, unless I call in, like I said, but we'll see.
And that is the end of Q&A. Thank you again for everybody for your questions. We appreciate it. We love answering them.
Very well done, people.
Yes.
Those are great questions, actually.
Those are great
Probably the best set of questions in
Yeah,
an episode.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Last call, man.
Ding, ding, ding.
Did you want to mention anything?
What did I want to mention? We wanted to talk about UFC a little bit, I guess, right? I didn't watch a second of this fight. It was at a weird time of the day, and I also work on Saturdays, but not a shocker. Khabib
Won.
won and
Retired.
supposedly retired. I think that's bullshit. Every time a fighter retires, they always come out.
Well, did you hear his reasoning why, though?
I forget.
It was
what
because his dad passed away earlier in the year, and he said he can't do this. He can't. He said he promised his mom he wouldn't fight again, and that he can't do this without his dad with him.
Interesting.
And his career undefeated. I think 4 titles.
I mean, he's one of the most unbelievable fighters in UFC history.
Yeah.
Just dominant. I mean, Justin Gaethje is a great fighter.
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor is a great fighter. He made both of them look bad.
You see, John Jones was talking shit about Khabib.
What did he say?
He was like, "I have 15 world titles. He has 4. You'd call him the GOAT over me."
Come on,
I
Josh.
mean, Bones is good.
Bones is great.
Bones is great. I especially didn't have all that fucking
The shit with
steroid, PEDs, steroids.
He needs to get his own shit together before he talks shit.
Yeah, but he's good.
No doubt.
I would love to see them both in the octagon. No doubt.
Yeah, that'll never happen though. They're too far apart in weight.
Mhm.
Unless they want Khabib to turn into a mini fridge.
Yeah.
Anything else? Let's see.
I don't think I have anything. I'm getting killed by the sun right now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, you look good.
You look good. You look good.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah, you feeling a little better?
Ooh.
You still hungover?
Yes, no, I actually feel great.
There you go.
Thank you to Tito's Vodka for helping out, and Siete Leguas, and Miller Lite,
Sponsor.
all the sponsors.
Sponsor.
T-shirts have officially shipped. They're on their way. They should be here November 2nd.
Woo.
Get ready. Can't wait. These are going to be sexy.
Yep.
Also, hopefully NASCAR starts tomorrow.
Are you going to check the score of the game yet or not?
I
do you wanna
wonder
do
if Garrett held it for us, if he's a nice guy or not. We'll see. Anyways, let's go Rays.
Let's go, Rays!
Peace!